Okay, so we're in this place called Chesapeake City today, and from the map you can see where we are. We're right at what they call Pell Gardens. It's a little place right here. Kind of pretty. And there's Angie and Carolyn walking up the hill. We'll go catch up with them. And there's a barge going down the C&D Canal. We didn't see any of that boat traffic yesterday. Probably just as well. It's the Palm Coast. Looks like a fuel barge. Middle of the harbor, anchored. Probably stay there for a couple days. And here we've got a big giant catamaran called the ImpossibleDream.org. Cool looking boat. Probably sails pretty fast. Maybe we'll go over here for lunch or drinks later. Who knows? Is history lesson for today. That'll be good. And this is the Chesapeake City Town Hall. And they got this really cool clock. The old town hall in Chesapeake City. And it was built in 1903. They got these really cool lions right out front. Don't see those very often. Started in the 17th century. It takes 300 miles off the sailing that they had back then from Baltimore to Philadelphia. It took 2,600 men to dig this, all by hand. They paid them 75 cents a day. Pickaxes and shovels. 450 feet wide and 35 feet deep, 15 miles long.
And it's our 25th anniversary, so we had a nice lunch out at the marina. Angie had a big dessert. We had some shrimp. It was good.
We just had lunch over there at the marina. And we're going there, the C&D Canal Museum. I think we go in here. Don't know where it is yet, but it's in here somewhere. Maybe it's that building in front of us. And I think we found the museum. So we'll go see if it's open. It says it's open. Chesapeake Lift Bridge. We went under that, the real deal. Goes up normally. It's all the way up, but when it goes down, it lets trains go across. It's pretty big. Back in the day, they made models of stuff. This is one of the self-propelled dredge boats that was used. It's a pipeline dredge used in the canal. It's spectacular. Just look at the workmanship that went into this thing. Here's another one. These were seagoing hopper dredges that were used to maintain the canals. I guess they somehow sucked the mud up and put it in there. Back in the day, before motors and engines, they used donkeys, mules, I guess, pull the barges along the canal. And over here we've got the fossils from this area. Kinds of things in there, trilobites and whales and turtle shells and all kinds of cool fossils from years gone by.
And this is one of the lanterns. You could only see the red from one side and the green from the other.
And this is one of the steam engines that ran the pumps on the C&D Canal so they could move boats through the locks. This thing was pretty powerful. That giant engine put out 175 horsepower. Compare that to an outboard motor. It's enormous. Stroke for the engine was 84 inches, and it had the capacity to move water at 20,000 gallons a minute with the buckets in the big wheel that it pumped the water with. It had a huge water wheel. And it ran from 1851 all the way up to 1927, pretty much in continuous use. And there's the water wheel itself. It was had to raise the water 14 feet up into a 22-foot wide deep well under the lift well. And
1,200,000 gallons of water an hour.
Holy moly, that's a lot of water. So here's another one of the engines that ran the water wheel. It's huge. This thing was made in 1854 in Philadelphia. It's all got to be completely handmade. Everything, the screws, the bolts, castings. And then over there is the main flywheel for it, and then the shaft which runs the gears out to the water pump, which was nothing more than a big giant wheel, like a paddle wheel, that lifted the water up and down. It's pretty cool. So one of the interesting things about this is they incorporated architecture into this machine. They've got columns holding up the top part of the engine. See the big crankshaft over there in the back? That thing would be going around, and that whole rocker arm would move, and then it would apply the force to that crank over there. And this is probably one of the valves coming off the engine. These two levers set at just the right points to cause the valves to move correctly.
And here's the control room for the C&D Canal. They've got a bunch of displays, some programs they use to watch all the shipping that goes through, various charts that are up on the displays so they can see where all the boats are. And it was pretty cool. They were able to give us a quick tour. You can see some of the cameras, and they look out over all the boats and try to help them through the canal, because some of them are pretty big.
Having fun over there? What'd you have? We got a pirate. Got another sign. We got canoe rentals. We got boat excursions. We got the perfect view. And there's the tiki. There's another Gemini. We haven't seen very many of these boats around. This one's from Northeast Maryland. It's called JoJo. And he's got 2 outboards on it. Interesting setup. I think they're going to anchor near us. And there it is, the Algoma Integrity. Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. It's going down the canal now. It's like a 10-story building almost. It's going right past us here. And there goes another giant ship. Some sort of huge crane.
And one of the things we can do is we can look up all these ships using the Marine Traffic app and see what they're all about.
Thunderstorm going on over there to the east of us, lighting the whole sky up. And there goes a big fuel barge. It's called the Long Island.
Mist over the water. It's kind of cool this morning. The other boats are getting ready to go. And this is some of the edge of the C&D Canal. It's really very pretty here. We're coming out into the Chesapeake shortly. But you can see all the beautiful trees, some little sandy beaches along the edge. Looks like a duck blind over there. Big log in the water. Okay, here we have the Viking Queen behind us. It's a cargo carrying cars, 218 yards long, 35 yards wide. It's doing about 8 knots, and it's coming up behind us here. And there's the giant car carrier coming up behind here. We've got the towers at the ends of the canal for monitoring canal traffic.
There goes the Viking Queen. It's enormous.
Kind of headed up there. That's a place called Havre de Grace. I'm probably mispronouncing it. And we're going to spend a couple days up there. Should be a nice place to visit. Little islands off the side here. Very popular in a nice hot sunny summer day. We're going to skip them today. It's chilly. Reservation, I think, at one of the ones up around the bend, maybe. Find out in a few minutes.
And this is where we are today, Havre de Grace, Maryland.